Okay, I'm going to do 2 more examples on how to solve absolute value inequalities. So we want to start by getting our absolute value alone. So we're going to subtract 9 from both sides. So that gives me the absolute value of 5x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 43. Okay? So then we're going to break this up into 2 equations. 5x plus 8 is equal to 43. And 5x plus 8 is equal to negative 43. So now we're going to solve each of these individually. So I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. That gives me 5x equals 35. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So this gives me x equals 7. Over here I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. And that gives me 5x equals negative 51. And I've got a wonderful little decimal here, a fraction, so I'm going to divide by 5. And I'm going to have x equals, this would be a negative 10.2. If you use your calculator, you would get that decimal, okay? So I'm ready to make my number line and put these 2 numbers on here. So here is negative 10.2, here is 7. So I'm going to check numbers in each section. So this could be negative 11, this could be 0, and this could be 8. So if I go back up here to right before I broke it apart, then I have the absolute value of 5x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 43. So I'm going to plug negative 11 in first. Okay, so I'm checking this number. So I've got the absolute value of 5 times negative 11 plus 8. So that's negative 55 plus 8 inside the absolute value. And so that is negative 47, I believe. And then the absolute value of that is positive 47. And we want to know if that's greater than or equal to 43. And it is. This is true. So this section works. If I take, oh, sorry, you can't see that very good. If I take 0 and plug it in, then I have the absolute value of 5 times 0 plus 8 is greater than or equal to 43. 0 times 5 is 0, so that gives me 0 plus 8. And then 0 plus 8 is 8, so I have the absolute value of 8. And the absolute value of 8 is still 8. Is 8 greater than or equal to 43? Well, no, it's not. So I plugged in 0, so anything in the 0 section is not going to work. So then we're going to try 8. So absolute value of 5 times 8 plus 8 is greater than or equal to 43. So 5 times 8 is 40, plus 8 is 48, and that's still in the absolute value. The absolute value of 48 is regular 48, and that is greater than or equal to 43. So that came from an 8, so everything in this section works. So here's my 3 sections. Everything smaller than negative 10.2, everything bigger than 7, and everything in between. Well, I got yeses out here. So my answer would be a dot here on 7, because that's where my 7 is, and a dot here on negative 10.2, and my arrow going out that way.